Alright, it is the next one. Running just outside this castle lord's chamber. Have I been down here on this platform? I'm gonna jump down here. Where does this go? Francisco. Okay, this is somewhere I haven't been. I don't think I've been on that bridge right there before yet. That's where I was when I just fought the Black Knight, and I was thinking about, oh, you can maybe jump down. Is that a Church of America, perhaps? Looks a little bigger than the churches that I'm used to seeing. Is that another drag? Oh my gosh! Look at that! Oh, that is terrible. That is terrible of them to do that to us. Oh no. No. Oh, that freaking sucks. I love that they've put that guy there. He looks bigger. I wonder if he'll have a boss health bar. That's awesome. I love that they've done that. But it's also so terrible of them. What is this? Like a tomb or something. Are those fly people? No, those are like misbegotten, I believe. And we go up to some place with some gold on the ground, heading up to the spiky mountain thing. Sorry, dears. Okay, I'm gonna go up here, and I'll look at this grassy area at a later point in time. Another ladder? Surprise. I'm gonna go here first. Where does this take me? Okay, there's that Black Knight. I gotta be honest, I'm not really trying to fight that guy again right now. I'm in combat though, or something. I'm gonna be sneaky. I sent the elevator back down, so. Please fall, please fall, please fall. I was hoping you would fall in the hole. Okay, back to where I started. I'm going to go over there one more time, or I'm going to go through this one more time just to... I want to go back up that ladder that I saw. Like, up the second ladder. And then I kind of want to go up the third ladder, if I'm being honest. Ooh. What do we get? Ash of War Wing Stance. This Ash of War grants an armament, the quality affinity, and the following skill. Wing Stance. Calmly assume a right-sided stance. Normal attack triggers a rapid 3/ combo. Strong attack triggers a leaping thrust. Usable on light greatswords. Okay, so if you are a light greatsword enjoyer, maybe that is for you. It is not for me. I am not a light greatsword enjoyer. I don't think there was anywhere else for me to go over here. That was just it. I could go back down the ladders, or I could just fall. And from here, I think the only way around is to just hop down there and start exploring this kind of grassy area. I don't really care to do that yet. Okay, so this is back, that's the spawn area. So we're over to the right of it. And there's the big column thing. Is that a swamp? Okay. Now I will try to explore the rest of the interior of this castle. Castle Enos. It's a boss. Who do I summon? Oh, Leda. I will not be summoning Leda. I assume it's either going to be a mesmer person or a magic person. So either fire or magic. I'll just put on a Pearl Drake just to cover kind of a chance at either. I'm happy enough with my Asher War and everything. I'll pop this. I'll go in. I'm not expecting this to be that big or like bad of a boss, so I regret saying that. I better get my ass kicked. Okay, play patient, Jacob. Try to... I'm going to be playing very passively here for a little bit while I kind of get comfortable with learning what they're doing and understanding when it's going to be safe to try to attack. I'm really not going to be able to attack if I keep rolling away. Shite. Luckily they don't do that much damage to me per hit, but I also didn't do that much damage to them per hit. I should not have a heal there, I guess. Okay, this doesn't seem all that difficult. I'm just a little hesitant to attack at all, because I'm not really sure how many combo follow-ups they have. But they don't seem too... It's like you get time in between their combos to actually like heal, which makes things more manageable or like less stressful. Yeah, they're giving you... Okay, this boss actually gives you time between their combos to like heal and try to throw in an attack. I'm not doing much to their health bars, so I might swap to like a poison or something, some damage like that. They do seem to be I can probably look at the carrion like knight armor and or the to make a guess at what damage will be good against them. Shit. Wonder if you can backstab. I'm doing like no damage. I'm gonna run out of Estus before this is over for sure. Okay, my L2 did a good bit. Did I ever use my physical hit? Shit. I do believe I'm gonna be having to make at least a second attempt. So the spin, left spin, right has one follow-up in that case. Greatsword does two, does an overhead, then a spin. Stab, twirl, that's it. Twirl, stab, stab, twirl. Lunge. This is like a combo. and the last one was a delayed side. That was stab 1, 2, 2, swirl. I know it's ridiculous for me to think I'm learning anything from saying stuff while she's doing these attacks, but I think over time it does help. She has a variety of combos, though. It's going to take a bit. Okay, I'm going to try to swap to some kind of status effect, because I'm not really... Just the occasional R1 really isn't doing that much damage. So I'm going to swap to something that can maybe put up like some poison. She seems to potentially be related to the Carrion Knights, so let me go take a look at what their armor looks like. Royal Knight Helm. Excuse me. It's pretty good in general. Weakest to lightning. I have some other Carrion Knight Helm. Low focus. Low. Really, I mean, the immunity is not all that high. I mean, it's not like terribly low, but the immunity is kind of low. I mean, they've got low focus, but I don't really have anything to do. Do I have anything for sleep? Can I build up any sleep? Which one of these tabs does Grease show up on here? Is there inflicting sleep? Trina's Lily. Maybe I will try some sleep. The other thing I thought about was poison, so I'm gonna try. Let me leave the crab on there for body buff, and then here I'm gonna slot on that, and then for my weapon art I'm gonna swap to poison mist. So I'll go into the fight with the sleep grease on just to see how that does, and I'm gonna rock poison mist. And I'm gonna try this. Okay, and then swap out Pearl Drake for Spell Drake. Physic. I kind of like that Physic how it is. It's basically just extra healing later in the fight, and I'm cool with that. Okay, crab, grease, and I go. So with this, I'm not going to be using my weapon art early because I have sleep on my weapon. I don't want to override it with poison. I might just try to trade a little more. Okay, as I say that, like immediately kind of get my butt kicked. I'm just gonna R1 spam a little bit and see how that goes. Okay, now I need to stop. Okay, R1 spamming is a bad idea. So, when I had walked in here to first see this boss, I didn't know who it would be, and I didn't know it was going to be a remembrance boss. After a few attempts, I realized what I was up against. So, I kept going at it, ended up getting her down after about an hour. I'm going to do my best to discuss the process of learning her and getting to the point where I could kill her. I went to the strategy that I had used when trying to learn Divine Beast Dancing Line. I broke out a spreadsheet, and after each failed attempt, I tried to make sure that I wrote down something I had learned from that attempt. Additionally, one thing that I think helped me a lot when trying to learn this boss is that as I was fighting her, I was trying to verbally call out all of her attacks. What I was trying to do was to learn her combos and patterns. So she has an array of different attack combos and follow-ups. Off the bat, you don't know when she is going to stop a combo. So it's hard for you to predict when it's a good time for you to try to attack and when it's a good time for you to try to heal. Because if she swung her sword at you 4 times, you kind of need to be able to anticipate when it's okay for you to go ahead and swing at her when you have initiative. So when you're fighting a boss early on, it's hard to know when you have initiative or not. Because there are sometimes you're thinking, okay, their combo must be over, and you go ahead and take your shot, and all of a sudden you've hit R1 and they're immediately winding up their next attack. This isn't a boss that I found that trading was a good idea with. She wasn't doing much damage to me, but I also wasn't doing much damage to her. One thing that I ended up doing in order to improve the damage problem out of a few different things was to change my build up. How I decided to do this was by looking at armor, which I figured would be similar to hers. So she's some kind of carrion knight, it seems, right? So I looked up in my inventory the carrion knight armor or something close to it to see what kind of resistances it had. I saw that it was pretty good against slash and weak against strike. I've been using a dismounter, and I happen to have, from earlier build on this character, a plus 25 brick hammer, which is strike damage. So I said, great. I dropped my dismounter, slotted in the brick hammer. Immediately noticed better damage output. The other thing I noticed is that I was really only getting the opportunity to swing at this boss once, maybe twice in between her combos. So using a weapon skill that took a long time would be a problem, as well as I didn't want to have to worry about rebuffing and doing those kinds of things in the middle of a fight. So I ended up with Poison Mist as my weapon art on the brick hammer, reason being that I was confident I could get that L2 off on some of her, I'm going to call punish windows at points where I had initiative. It seemed like I could confidently get off a Poison Mist L2 and not be leaving myself vulnerable for too long afterwards. Poison is what I went with because it seemed like the Carrion Knight armor that I looked at had relatively low immunity, and it also helped me get around the problem of I didn't feel like I was getting to hit her that much. So by getting a status effect up on her, which she seemed very susceptible to poison, seemed like a good idea for me to take advantage of that. So I was rocking the brick hammer with Poison Mist. I wasn't really worrying too much about body and aura buffs. I have a bunch of boiled crab. Each time before I went to the arena, I would put a boiled crab on and not worry about it after that. For the damage profile, or excuse me, for physic, I wasn't really using it for damage. I didn't feel like I was really going to be able to make use of enhanced charge attacks or stance break against her. I seem to be stance breaking her right around the middle of her health bar each time. One time it perfectly lined up where I interrupted her phase transition combo. But in general, the physic I just slotted in as using as an additional health potion. So I put in a restore HP and a restore HP over time on my physic and was just using it like an additional health pot. So that's mostly of what I can think to discuss about my character build. And I'm going to transition now into more discussing about the process again of learning her and getting to the point where I was able to kill her. And then I'll try to talk a little bit about her specifically. So again, the process was while I'm in there fighting her, verbally call out her attacks. That way I am more likely to be able to remember and recognize her patterns. Once I have her patterns remembered and recognized, I realize, hey, when she does this cross swords lift up and then cross swords crash down attack, I know she's done and I can hit her after that. There are much more complicated combos that she has, but it was evident early that I was able to immediately start recognizing a few of the more simple or short combos. By the end of it, I felt like I was decently well aware of all of her patterns and combos, but there was one longer one, and maybe a couple in the middle ones, where she would sometimes extend the combo and sometimes not. To be honest, I don't mind trading on those. I would rather get the damage in on her and take a hit in the case that she extends, given that her hits really don't do too much damage for most of her attacks. So again, the pattern or the practice that I used to learn the boss was verbally call out her attacks to try to commit them to memory during the fight so I can recognize her patterns and realize when it's my initiative. And then after each attempt, go to an Excel sheet and write something down or update something that was already in there with something that I've learned from that last attempt. I felt like that did a good bit in helping me. How do I say? I felt like that was a good process for learning the boss. I found it effective. With regards to that process, I think that's all I really want to or need to say about it. I would now transition to speaking on the boss herself. So during the first half of her health bar, you walk in and she's just a knight with a couple swords, and occasionally she casts some sorceries. When you get her to 50%, she transitions and she then imbues one of her swords with like Carrion Royal magic, I assume like moon magic, and then the other sword is imbued with like Mesmer's fire. So now her attacks in the second phase, it's all the same attacks in the first phase. So if you've learned the attacks in the first phase, don't worry when you get to phase 2. It is the same stuff. There are a couple new attacks though. Right after transition, she seems to like to pull one out. There's one where she shoots, I think, about 5 magic arcs at you with the magic sword. I was dodge rolling each one of those, and the fourth one, I think it was the fourth one, I couldn't figure out how to have that one miss me. I would get to dodge every other one, but for whatever reason, my timing or my strategy wasn't good to the point where I could dodge all of them. The fourth one would always get me. So I can't help you with that because I'm done with the boss now, but at least I was dodging most of it, and I made it through. The other phase 2 attack that's different is some kind of fire sword swirl. I only saw this once, I think, so I don't know much to say about it, but I'll put footage up, and to me it seemed like you could outrange it. So if she's going to do the magic sword arc slash shoot it at you attack, you can roll, I guess, 4 out of 5 of those is the best I can tell you. For the fire sword attack where she does the swirl, I only saw that once, but if I had to go back, the next thing I was going to try would just be to outrange her when she does that. Okay, the other phase 2 attack that I saw is that she does this big double full moon attack. So she'll go up in the air and there will be these 2 big moons. There's going to be 3 room-wide attacks. I'm pretty sure you just have to roll dodge these, right? So one moon's going to slam in the ground. Roll it, when it hits the ground. The next moon will come down after that and slam into the ground. Roll it when it hits the ground. Then, after a little delay, she will slam into the ground. Her slam will come slower than the first 2 moons did, so don't roll your third roll right away. Make sure to delay that third roll just a little bit. One problem I did have with this is that sometimes she would summon a glint blade phalanx right before this, and that made it more difficult. And you could say that about a lot of her attacks. So in between her combos, after she would flip away from me or we would have space, I was choosing not to re-engage. I was letting her re-engage. I did not want to get close to her while she would potentially put up a glint blade phalanx and have to worry about dodging her attacks and the glint blades. I was trying to stay at range such that if she were to summon glint blades while they were coming at me, I wouldn't also be having to worry about dodging her attacks. I don't know how to prevent that when it happens with the full moon attack. That just kind of seemed like bad luck. So that is what it is. I'm not really quite sure exactly what else to say about it. Okay, other important things to know, I would say, is just be patient and try to recognize when she's done with her combos. So there's a couple of particular ones which I think right off the bat are somewhat easy to recognize. There is this one kind of double attack, right? She's going to cross her swords in front of her and lift them up, and then she's going to cross her swords above her head and slam them down. That's all she does for that attack. You're safe to hit her after that. Another attack which is easy to recognize is this double swipe attack. That's all that combo is, so know that after she's done with that second swipe, you can go ahead and hit her. During your progression on this boss, it may be a good idea to rely on damaging her after this attack or that earlier double sword up, double sword down attack. These are both easier to recognize. You can focus on damaging her after these, and for the rest of the combos, perhaps play more passive while you're still getting experience in and learning her patterns. Another attack, which I believe is easy to recognize and punish, therefore, is this Glint Blade attack. So when she summons them at her waist in front of her, they're going to shoot at you quickly, and she's going to follow it up with this kind of lunge attack. So you just need to roll once, roll twice, and then it is safe to hit the boss. Admittedly, the remaining attacks outside of those three, I think are a little more complicated to understand and explain how to capitalize on through a video, and I think they're going to be best learned through repetition. This is one such combo. The best thing that I can tell you here is at the end of this combo, there's a double sword thrusting attack, after which she is done, and that would be the point at which you can hit her. So here the combo is again. Notice that both her two first strikes bring her swords upwards in the air, followed by a pirouette and a stab. After the stab, there's a slash and then a double sword attack, and that would mark the end of the combo. The next thing I want to talk about is this move she'll do after she's kind of recovered, right? So if she swings and then you take initiative and you hit her, sometimes she'll do this jump to the side followed by a spin attack. You need to make sure to roll a little bit late, otherwise her second weapon coming through on the spin attack will hit you if you rolled too early. She usually follows this up with a combo, so I would not advise trying to punish her on this move unless you find a better strategy. Something that might not need discussion is this arc slash. Just roll through it. Note that she will do this if you try to heal out of range of her while she has initiative. This next combo, the first clip I found of it was not me being very successful at it, but nonetheless, here it is. She does this lunging swipe attack followed by a spin with a delayed over the shoulder swipe. So when you see that delayed shoulder swipe, right, spin, spin, this is the part that it was easy for me to typically notice, is that delayed shoulder attack. After that delayed shoulder attack, I typically found a good window of opportunity to take initiative. One other attack that you can see somewhat frequently is this quick left hand attack. She'll raise her left hand up in the air a little bit and do a double swipe. During phase 2, under 50%, it's from the fire sword, and it leaves behind a bit of a fire trail that, with a little bit of delay, will kind of explode. This is a pretty quick attack. I found just rolling out of it to be the best and not trying to punish her afterwards, because it seemed she would follow up again quickly with something else. Okay, so at this point, I have shown a few of the recognizable moves. Again, I would try to focus on, if you're going to progress the boss, those three first attacks I showed are easily recognizable, and I would maybe try to play passive or defensively and punish her on those, because the other combos are a bit longer and might be a bit more difficult to recognize when you can punish her on. It's just going to take repetition to get that sorted out, to be frank. I don't think I could really articulate those things in a video. One other thing I want to mention is that I was getting through this with rolling everything, but I did notice there were a lot of times I just didn't get hit by her when I was just standing in her face. So I don't think you need to roll all of these. I think some of these can be dodged by positioning, but I honestly am not knowledgeable enough to state anything on that. I'll try to show an example of that happening, but just for what it's worth, I think there's a lot of room for improvement on this boss from myself if I were to figure out how to dodge some of her attacks without rolling, as that would probably open me up to get a couple more attacks in on her throughout the fight. So with all that being said, I've tried to just show some examples of things and give a little bit of knowledge and my thoughts on things that I learned. You know, I'm trying to I'm not trying to let the boss beat me up, but I'm trying to take the lessons and things that I learned from having the boss beat me up and share them with other people. And so that's kind of the idea. So I hope this was helpful. And if the boss did seem fairly difficult, I would maybe recommend going out and getting more Erdtree fragments or going ahead and using summons. I don't think there's anything wrong with summons. I'm personally just not using them because I'm kind of making like a playthrough. I don't want to call it a guide. It's not supposed to be a guide. But if I didn't have any intent on doing any guidance, I probably wouldn't have spent time trying to edit a video like this. So because I am effectively trying to offer some guidance, I'm choosing not to use summons, so that way the boss can beat me up a bit more and I can learn a bit more and hopefully try to share some of that knowledge that I gain. So that's that. At this point, I'm going to cut this off and transition it back over to my kind of actual playthrough recording. I'm just going to cut it straight to my final attempt on the boss, at which point I killed it, and that'll be that. So it's been a pleasure. I hope this has been helpful, and hope you guys have a good one. I forgot to crab people. Damn it, dude, I keep dodging that dash spin thing incorrectly. Oh, she's followed up. Oh, I'm panic rolling. Okay, so that is like a certified combo. I recognize that now. The quick phalanx, she always is following up with like a kind of a lunge thing. Yeah, keep doing that one. Yeah! I love that. Oh, I thought I would get a stagger on. Yes. Nice of her to let me drink. Which one you doing? I keep getting hit by that, like the third one in that. Shit. Oh, she followed it up. No, 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 no. Okay, I recognize that. She keeps doing that combo, and I think that's one you can recognize as something that you can dodge and do a lot of stuff on without rolling. I've got her poisoned, I just need to live, I think. Oh fuck, not this. I did it! I'm hoping I'm gonna stagger her again soon. That one keeps hitting me. Fuck. Actually, this is good. No. Oh boy, I should have done that. No, roll another lag. Oh, what a terrible time for lag. Cannot believe it. This is not good. Yeah, that one. Stagger, please. Please. Stagger, you dumb bitch. Yes! Let's fucking go! Let's get that big fucking W! W Brickhammer! W Brickhammer! Let's get some fucking Brickhammers in the chat. W Brickhammer! I am bricked the fuck up! I am bricked the fuck up right now! Fuck yes! Huge Brickhammer guy. Let's fucking go! Hell fucking yeah. God, she had some big ol' honkers. Take the power of its namesake via finger reader. Remembrance of Rellana, the twin moon knight, hewn into the Erdtree. The power of its namesake can be unlocked by the finger reader. Alternatively, it can be used to gain a great bounty of runes. Once a Carian princess, Rellana disavowed her birthright and chose to stand at Mesmer's side instead, knowing full well that not even the brilliance of the moon could grant him Dude, how fucking... Oh my... What? Is it everyone in the year 2024 that is like, you know, younger than 40? Are we all gonna laugh at that word? Or is that just me? Knowing full well that not even the brilliance of the moon could grant him succor. I gotta admit, I'm drawing a blank on what that even means. Does it mean like sweetness, kind of? Succor. Assistance and support in time of hardship and distress. Give assistance or aid to. Okay, yeah, so I wasn't even close. Before long, she became known as the Sword of Mesmer. Wow. It's kind of almost like Mesmer's like a Radigan, and she's like a Rellana. Mesmer, Radigan. Yeah, those words don't match. Power names. Once a Carian princess, Rellana disavowed her birthright, chose to stay. Princess of who? Like, was it from Rellana or from a different Carian royalty? She chose to stand at Mesmer's side, knowing full well that not even the brilliance of the moon could grant him assistance or help. So this makes it sound like she was empathetic to Mesmer. Mesmer, for some reason, I wonder why she was empathetic to Mesmer. Is there a grace in here? Huge fucking W for the Brickhammer. Huge fucking Brickhammer W. Man, I got a pittance of runes off of that. Skadu Altus. So this is like Altus Plateau, but different. Yo, look at all those Erdtree fragments. Can we go pick all those up that are falling over there? What's up, Leda? My lady Leda. And there's the fly guy. I tell you what. I'm gonna wait. That seems... I don't want to, like, get into that. I'm gonna end this video here, and I'm gonna go talk to them and pick up that fragment in the next episode. This was my setup for the fight I just did. Quality Brickhammer, Poison Mist, Banished Knight Armor, Source Seal, Great Shield Talisman, Erdtree Favor +1, Spelldrake +2. Physic I was just using for additional healing. And actually one thing that would fit into this video nicely is going to go check out what Rellana's remembrance might grant us. Might grant me. I don't know if people care if you say us or me. Because it's like kind of common for like streamers and YouTubers to like say we did, you know, we instead of I. And I don't know if it matters. I guess you kind of feel like you're doing this as a group with your audience. So that's like, it feels natural to say we instead of I. So I'll probably go back and forth between the two. Doesn't really matter to me much one way or the other. Oh, yes. Fashioned from silver steel. Rellana was said to have given her younger sister this helmet. So this was Renalla's sister. Oh, wait. Okay, maybe Rellana didn't give her this helm, but Rellana gave her a gift of lustrous black hair. Chicks love bad dudes or whatever, right? Adorned with a lapis lazuli blue that is symbolic of Caria. Its radiance is yet to fully fade. Silver steel. Did I like miss the oh, I never bought Moog's robe. There they are. Ooh, some just nice quality leather gloves. Very nice. And then, what do I get from the Remembrance? Whoa, Twin Blades, or the Sorcery, which takes 72 intelligence. I will never equip this, because I will never have 72 intelligence, but it looks badass. Oh, Light Greatsword are her Twin Blades. Moon and Fire Stance. Ooh, swords imbued with magic. Or strong attack. Oh, this is cool. These are cool. These are super cool. And I'm... Can I wear them? Can I wear them? I'm like one attribute short of wearing them, I think. Oh, no, wait. 15 Faith. Okay, I just have 15 Faith. So if I swap out something else for America's Source Seal, then it works. The problem is America's Source Seal actually does kind of... it doesn't increase my health, so I'm actually going to start taking like 7% more damage if I wear it. More than that. So, man. Anyway, yeah, I could figure out how to get the stats if I wanted, if I really want to. But yeah, that actually looks a cool weapon. Okay, that's where this one is going to wrap up. I'll go back to that Side of Grace. And on the next one, I'll head out of here and go pick up that tree and talk to Letta right outside. But cool. Peace out. Hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one.